Hey guys, it's Ndoplex and welcome back to World of Tanks. Today I am going to be showing you the absolute fastest way to be farming these keys in the new MIRNY 13 event. Now, if you keeping an eye on the channel at the minute, or keeping an eye on World of Tanks in general, you'll see that I put up a little guide on the MIRNY event, just basically how to complete it. Here are some tips and tricks, strategies on how you can get a bit better. And now I'm going to release another video, a shorter video, this video, and I'm going to be telling you how to get the absolute fastest key farm in the game to be able to obtain your tier 8 Russian premium tank, the OBSIDIAn. So, here's what you're going to do. As you can see, I'm with two other friends of mine. We're all in the same clan, and you can see by our shiny 13 emblem there, we have completed it on nightmare mode. This is something you're going to want to do at some point to be able to reduce the cost of your keys. However, to get the most keys possible, you're not going to be want to playing on nightmare. Normally, you're going to be wanting playing on hard. Now, hard is not really that hard. Once you play this game a little bit, you'll get a good feel for the game, how the game runs, and you'll be able to complete it very quickly on hard difficulty. So, you're going to want to have, well, if you can, play with your teammates. That's what I'm going to say. If you can find a group of people to play with, do. And it will make your life a lot easier because people generally be sticking together a lot more if you're able to communicate with them via Discord or whatever you want to use. But if not, you need to have one person, and just take it upon yourselves, guys. Be that person to ping the map and say where you're going to go in the game. You want to be quick and efficient at making your way to the map. Making your way through the map to the different locations. You can see every time a camp's been completed, we've already pinged the next camp and we're ready to make a move to try and harvest more Miriam. Now, you want to harvest as much Miriam as you can in the first two areas. Now, the first two areas, the enemies will be slightly easier, so you'll be able to rattle through the camps a lot quicker, collecting more Miriam. And then on the third phase, you'll just be able to hopefully drive straight to the Magnus and deposit all of your Miriam. Now, it is very important in this game. Unfortunately, you can't just let your team carry you. The game works where the keys are rewarded based on your performance in the game. You get a bonus for dealing damage, you get a bonus for depositing Miriam, and so if you're highest on damage and highest on Miriam deposits, you're going to be gaining the most amount of keys, sometimes up to 13 keys per game on hard. And if you can rattle these hard games out in about, I want to say 10 minutes, maybe 8 to 10 minutes, you'll be able to acquire a lot of keys very quickly. Now, each tank, you can see you get a bonus key for playing the first win of the day on the tank, as it were. Now, I'm here to tell you, it might look enticing, it is absolutely not worth it. The best tank by an absolute landslide is the Malachite. This thing is an absolute beast. You want to be running the self-repair, emergency repairs, the cyclic loading, which basically turns us into a 1 second intra-clip autoloader for 5 seconds, so you can get 5 shots off instantly, and then group repairs as well to help repair your team. So that is going to be the setup. You might think, oh, I'll play one in each tank and then I'll get a bonus key for each one. No, it will take you way longer to complete it, and also you'll have a much higher chance of failing if you're not using the T-54. It's got armor, you can bounce shots, it does good ramming damage, and something I will say as well is the ram is on a 60-second cooldown, and this can quite easily one-shot a tank. Now, if you're playing in something like the Hornet or the T-49, you're going to ram for about 200 damage and take maybe 500 yourself. In the T-54, you can ram for up to 1,000 damage and barely take anything yourself, making it a really good DPS option for your tank. So there you go, we're into the second phase now. We're carrying over 183 into the second phase. You can see on the tab here, me and my buddies have all deposited, and this is what you want to do. You want to make sure you're depositing the Miriam and dealing the damage to be able to get your keys the quickest. So the second phase, much like the first phase, you're going to run through the map, ping the areas, and basically collect for the entire time that's on your screen. We want to be trying to collect for about 4 minutes here and get to the Magnus with roughly a minute remaining on these first two phases, and that'll allow you on the third phase to drive straight to the Magnus and deposit your keys and get straight into the boss. So this event ends up being a bit of a grind. It probably is one of the easier free tier 8 premiums that Wargaming is going to give you. However, if you're a good player, it's still probably going to take you around 15 hours. If you're not so good a player and you're not able to get the highest damage on your team or deposit the most Miriam every game, it might take you more like 20 to 25 hours to complete this event. But for a free tier 8 premium, if you think actual monetary value, it's essentially you're getting a free, what, £30, which isn't bad for 20 hours of your time playing a video game, which I like this event. It's fun. I've had a lot of fun playing this event. And just being able to min-max the amount of key farming you can do and try and get these completed as quickly as possible. So there'll be a few things I said in the first video that aren't quite true here, because obviously I've played a lot more of the event now. I'm only 2 phases away from being able to obtain my own obsidian. We've completed on nightmare mode, and we've ran this event enough now for me to feel comfortable putting a video out to you guys to say what is going to be the quickest way to farm your keys. So you can see us heading here into phase 2. The Immortal is more aggressive on hard, but not nearly as aggressive on nightmare. The difference between normal and hard is not really an awful lot. The bosses are a little bit harder at the end. It's got 2,000 more health on each phase, so 4,000 more in total. And the in-between mobs are a little bit more healthy, but really, if you're completing normal, you can very easily complete hard. But then Nightmare takes so much more strategy, so much more focus, and so much more RNG in the perks you acquire to actually be able to take down a Nightmare difficulty. And so I would not recommend grinding Nightmare at all, because for your Nightmare, I think the maximum keys I've seen, I think I've completed about 3, maybe 4 Nightmares. The maximum keys I've ever seen is 15, and on hard I've seen 13 keys. On the maximum, so 2 keys difference is virtually nothing when you can complete it probably 60% faster and definitely twice as easy on the hard difficulty. So you can see us 3 here roaming in our T-54s. Unfortunately, our teammates have died, but does that actually matter for us? Because now we have acquired all of the Miriam. You can see me, I've got 414 ready to deposit here, and 2 buddies of mine have got 150 and 69 ready to deposit. So we've got plenty of Miriam to deposit anyway. Another tip I'll say is we could just drive straight into the Magnus to deposit all our Miriam here. However, these guards around the final Magnus actually do give you some Miriam as well. So you want to stay out of the zone and kill the guards before. Otherwise, if all the Miriam's in, you'll instantly teleport to the next phase, and you don't necessarily want to do that. So we've got 376 Miriam at the minute. You need 450 on phase 4. However, like I said, the actual guards around the final, around all the Magnuses drop Miriam. So you can see here, we've pinged it straight away. One of our teammates has pinged over here, but you don't have to at all. You're probably going to get around 100 Miriam for going straight to the guard location. So you just want to head straight there. We're going to blitz it straight over to this and instantly wipe out that team defending the Magnus and be able to go straight to the boss. So as you're going, it's very important not to die, because obviously you'll lose your Miriam and not be able to deposit it. However, also very important is here, the high explosive ammunition. This bumps your damage up from 320 on the base rounds with 201mm of penetration to 450 with 150 mils of penetration. And if you're hitting that weak spot on the final boss, you will easily be able to get through with these HE rounds, increasing your DPM by almost 30%, which is absolutely amazing. And so on the first phase of the boss, there you go, you can see left to deliver 5. We're able to teleport straight through to the next round and already get into the boss phase. So the boss, the final boss, each of the different phases, unfortunately our Legio is not coming to the Magnus. I don't know why he's driving off, delaying us a little bit, but there you go. That's one of those things. So the final boss, each phase you go through, it will reset all of your health and your cyclic loading and your RAM, all that sort of stuff from between phase 1 of the boss and phase 2 of the boss. So we're going to dump everything we have into the boss and not bother focusing on the ads. On hard difficulty, you were able to burst this boss down so quickly before the ads even have a chance to kill any of your tanks. And this is with just 3 of us focusing on the boss. If you had a team of 5 focusing on the boss, you could probably take this down very quickly in Nightmare. But first of all, I recommended the boss spawns ads at 6,000 health, and then again at 4,000 health. And I recommended taking down these ads before doing anything else. But you can see me here, auto-loading into the boss here. We've already racked up 3,000 damage into the boss there in about 20 seconds. My other teammate's now cyclic loading, and there you go. The boss is down to 2,500 health. And we're just not really going to bother focusing on the ads. We might take out a couple just to slow them down a bit, but there you go. Our third teammate cyclic loading. Phase 1 of the boss is down in about 40 seconds. Super quick, super easy. And now you see me loading the HE for the second phase. The second phase is a little bit more tricky. You are going to want to kill. There are 3 ads at spawn right as the boss spawns, these 3 guards. You're going to want to kill these guards. And then the boss is going to spawn another group of ads at 6,000 or 6,500, something like that. And you're going to want to kill this second group of ads, because the second group, they do a lot of damage. You get hedgehog spawning, and it can be very dicey. So you're going to want to make sure you kill this second lot of hedgehogs and stuff like that. So the boss is at 4,000, and then he spawns more ads at 4,000 health. But that next group of ads, you don't need to kill at all, because we're going to be loading HE. And I'll show you how quickly this boss's health bar melts. There's only some hedgehogs left, and now it's boss melting time. HE loaded, cyclic loading ready, and just look how quickly we shred this boss. 2,000 health, 900 health, 300 health, and he's dead. Less than 2 minutes, the boss is taken down, and we secured, I think it was 12 keys for this victory. I came first on the team with the most deposited and the most damage. Then we got second place here, who got 11 keys. And third place got a nice 9 keys. And that was so quick. How long have we been going? About 10 minutes. We have already completed a phase. Got, wow, 13 keys for first place and 9 keys for third place. And that, without a doubt, is going to be your quickest and most efficient way to farm this event. Get all the keys you need to unlock all of the phases and be able to get your tier 8 premium tank for free. And now, the Obsidian, is it worth it? I don't know. I haven't got it yet. I'll be sure to drop maybe a little review on the channel to let you guys know if the Obsidian is actually worth the grind. But regardless of whether the tank's even that good or not, a free tier 8 premium in my books is always going to be worth the grind for a bit of time. And to be honest, it's a fun event. And making the event more efficient and min-maxing everything you can do to be able to complete it as fast as you possibly can has a real certain level of satisfaction for me and my 2 friends here. Anyway, I really do hope you enjoyed that video, guys. And if you did, please be sure to like and subscribe to the video. And I'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy. Goodbye.